Good morning, everybody. This is Brandon Miller, and I am first and foremost a Denver Broncos fan, but also in the bigger picture, I am a football fan. I love a good game, even if involves teams I don't like, even if it's teams that I just have a tough time watching. But I love a good football game. So, a couple days ago, I did a prediction video of all the games for the Denver Broncos. I think it'd be really cool for me to eventually do this video for each team, at least in the Broncos division, the AFC West division, but also maybe some other teams too. So I want to do my prognostications, my predictions for the Kansas City Chiefs. That way we can see how close this division might be. I've not looked at the Chiefs' schedule, so I'm going in this blindly. And I do know, obviously, the two games that they're playing the Broncos, and I have my predictions and scores on those games. But let's see what the rest of the Chiefs' season looks like, and let's see what my guess is on what their overall record is going to be. The bottom line is this. It's hard to repeat in the NFL as Super Bowl champs. These guys are fast, they're polished, and their defense kind of woke up halfway through last season. So they're nothing to be trifled with, but also just the nature of the NFL. It is hard to repeat. So let's see what happens. Let's go ahead and take a look through the Kansas City Chiefs schedule. So first of all, week 1, they are facing the Houston Texans, and the Texans are visiting Arrowhead Stadium. Texans, they got into the playoffs last year, and Deshaun Watson, super athletic, super mobile quarterback. He's dangerous, but also I think they are missing a couple of their weapons from last year. So I'm going to say this: the Chiefs are going to win their home opener pretty handily, and they're going to win that one probably 28-17. All right, so that's going to be a win for the Chiefs. Okay, week 2, they are on the road at the Los Angeles Chargers at SoFi Stadium. The Chargers, they have Tyrod Taylor coming in, replacing Phillip Rivers. And I still think they're going to have some kinks to work out as the early part of the season kind of comes and goes. So I think the Chiefs are going to easily roll at Chargers. So they're going to win that one 32-10. So it's going to be a blowout loss for the Chargers there. Week number 3 at the Ravens. This is an intriguing matchup at the M&T Bank Stadium. The Ravens are scary. Now, I know that from what I understand, excuse me, now they've been dealing with some injuries there for the Ravens, but it seems like heading into the first week of the season, they should be exactly where they need to be. They should be all healthy. But this is going to be a challenge for the Chiefs. Now, if there were fans in the seats, this would be no doubt about it. I think it would go to the Ravens. With no fans, there's not a whole lot of home field advantage, except for travel fatigue and stuff like that. But I am going to go out on a limb. I'm going to say the Ravens are going to win, regardless of having fans or not. I think they're going to just show up with their defense, and they're going to slug it out. And their offense isn't wimpy either. So Ravens going to win that one. It's going to be 17-14, so by a field goal. All right, week 4 at Arrowhead Stadium, the Chiefs are playing the Patriots, led by Cam Newton, which just sounds so funny to me. But that's always a challenge there. Bill Belichick is just such a masterful coach, and Josh McDaniels is a great offensive mind. So I feel like that's going to be a challenge as well, but still early in the season. Cam Newton's still working out the kinks and learning a new system. I think it's going to be the Chiefs are going to be too fast, too strong for the Patriots. That's definitely going to be a win for the Chiefs there. Yeah. All right. And another, so back-to-back games. This is week 5. back-to-back games at home. So the Raiders, the Las Vegas Raiders, coming to visit. And the Raiders, I mean, they showed signs of life last year, where they were kind of scary at times, but then other times they were pretty tame. Again, traveling makes you tired. Arrowhead Stadium, if there's fans, that's almost impossible to win there. It's going to be, I think, a closer game than you might think, but Khalil Mack or not, the Raiders defense, they don't have what it takes to stop the Chiefs, I don't think. I think the Chiefs are going to win that one. Probably going to be 32 to 17. Excuse me. All right. Then, on the road, the Chiefs are traveling to visit the Buffalo Bills, led by Josh Allen. I'm a big fan of his. And they have a great defense brewing there in Buffalo. I think it's going to be a challenge for the Chiefs. I think their defense is pretty fast. And I'm going to say this. Because it is a home game, because the Chiefs are traveling, and because of just the speed of the Buffalo defense, this is going to be an upset. Even though it's at home for the Bills, I think the Chiefs are going to lose this one unexpectedly. I think they're going to lose to Josh Allen's Bills. It's going to be 21 to 20. It's going to be super close, but a loss to the Bills for the Chiefs. All right. Okay, then in Denver, the Kansas City Chiefs are traveling to go visit the Broncos at Empower Field at Mile High. And I think the Broncos are still in the process of getting things, getting all their weapons in place and getting themselves polished. As much as I want to be biased and say, oh yeah, the Broncos are going to win every single game, hands down, I want to be realistic. I think this visit from the Chiefs are going to pull off the win because there aren't going to be fans in the seats. The only advantage the Broncos have there would be the altitude, but still, I am picking the Chiefs to beat the Broncos in Denver, 35 to 21. Unfortunately, I don't like to say that, but that's my guess. Next week, this is week 8. The Chiefs go visit. No, actually, they're at home. They're at home against the New York Jets, and the Jets. Although Sam Darnold has flashes of brilliance, they are underwhelming, is a good way to put it. So I'm definitely going to pick the Chiefs to steamroll the Jets. They're going to win that one in high fashion. That's going to be 42 to 10. It's just going to be an absolute slaughter there. So 42 to 10 by the Chiefs. Okay, another home game. Against the Panthers. And the Panthers, they're in kind of flux right now. New regime, new quarterback. They're not going to be super scary. They're nothing to write home about, to be honest. So, especially because it is at Arrowhead Stadium, Chiefs are going to win that one as well. I think that's going to be probably 32 to 17. Week 10 bye. And a bye week is always good later on in the season. So that's going to give them a chance to kind of take care of any injuries they might have. Week 11 excuse me, is against the Las Vegas Raiders, visiting Las Vegas. And even though the Raiders are going to be, I think, better at this point in the season than during their first meeting, the Raiders still, I don't think they have the firepower to handle the Chiefs. So another Chiefs victory, and that's going to be probably 28 to 17. All right. Traveling to Tampa Bay to visit Tom Brady and Rob Gronkowski and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And that sounds so funny, sounds so surreal. Now, because this is week 12, assuming that Tom Brady is still standing and that Rob Gronkowski is still running and able to catch, and he's still mobile, I'm going to call the upset on this one as well, because I think Tom Brady has a lot of weapons available to him here in Tampa Bay. So they're going to pull off the upset against the Chiefs. Tom Brady pulls off some of his magic. He's going to help the Bucs win this one. It's going to be 17-10. All right. Now, rematch week 13 against the Broncos at Arrowhead Stadium. Now, if there were fans, this would change my outlook on this game. But because there won't be fans in seats, when the Broncos visit the Chiefs, it's going to be revenge. I think after the bye week for the Broncos, which is their week 8, I think they're going to be clicking on all cylinders. Their defense with Bradley Chubb and Von Miller are going to be they're going to be scary. And offense with all their new weapons, Jerry Jeudy, Hamler, and Noah Fant, they're just going to be too hard to handle. They're going to be matching speed for speed with the Chiefs. The Broncos get revenge on that one. They're going to win that one 35-28. All right. Week 14 at the Dolphins. They're going to be at the Hard Rock Stadium. And the Dolphins, again, nothing. I mean, they might have a decent defense, but their offense, I mean, really, what do they have? We don't really have much there. So the Chiefs are going to win that one pretty handily. That's going to be 35-10. All right, traveling on the road, Week 15 to the New Orleans Saints at the Superdome. Drew Brees, if he's healthy, this is going to be a super amazing matchup, and I'm going to call the upset on this one as well. I think the Saints they're just so balanced with their attack, with their defense. I think they're gonna they're well coached. So I'm going to say that the Chiefs lose another one on the road. It's going to be against the Saints, and I'm going to say that they're going to lose probably like 21-17. So it's not going to be a high-scoring affair, but they're going to lose that one. Week 16 against the Falcons at home at Arrowhead Stadium. The Falcons, they're lukewarm. They're either kind of a little bit scary, or they just kind of roll over and die, and so nothing really scary there. And so because it's at Arrowhead, the Chiefs are going to bounce back. They're going to win that one 28-10. All right, Week 17, last game of the regular season at home against the Chargers. The Chargers lost, in my prediction, that first meetup, and it's not going to change. They're going to get swept here. The Chiefs are going to win that one, probably 32-17. All right. So with that said, my predicted record for the Chiefs will be 11-5. My predicted record for the Broncos was 10-6. So, and again, any of those games could go either way. A lot of them are going to be close. You just know how the parity goes in the NFL. Some surprise team can wake up and snap and scare the crap out of you. So anything could happen. But I think roughly it's going to be 11-5 for the Chiefs. I do pick them to win the West, and I do take the Broncos as a wild card team heading to the playoffs. And the cool thing is about the playoffs, it's a brand new season. And I think the Chiefs, they're going to be rolling on all cylinders through most of the season. The Broncos are going to start off slowly, but once they hit full speed at altitude, they're going to be really hard to stop as well. So hitting the playoffs at full speed, they're going to be able to handle the Chiefs in the playoffs if they meet again. So that's my prediction. So anyway, there we go. I hope you're doing well. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Take care. See you guys.